My name is Iresha Picot. I am originally from Franklin, Virginia, but I've been in Philly. Next month will make 18 years. So by day, I work in behavioral mental health, and I've been working in that field for about 16 years. And probably what you most know me about, I am the founder of Black Girl Joy Bike Ride, which is a gentle bike ride for Black women and girls that I do bi-weekly in Philadelphia. So like the pandemic happened, and I found myself with like all of this time. And I was like, riding a bike was something I wanted to always get back to. But like, a lot of us were like, oh, I want to do the same, but I don't know if I have time for it. But now I had all the time in the world. So I started riding indigo bikes again. And then this amazing person was working for Deeply Rooted. They give out grants to Black people and brown people who are bringing other like communities back out into nature to do things. And she was like, I know you do all these things, like you walk, you ride bikes. She was like, I think you should apply for this grant. And I was thinking like, what could be my angle? And I was finding so much joy in riding a bike. And so I was like, maybe I could try to get other Black women to ride bikes with me. And so I applied for the grant, and the grant covers the indigo bikes. So they could be a free of charge to women. Well, I think anything that I do is like for Black women, right? Because I think about myself. And I think about how I think a lot of times Black women, we always kind of put ourselves like last in our own lives. And so like, I wanted to be able to create a space, and that's why I call it Black Girl Joy, because I think it's like a little girl that exists in all of us that's waiting to get out, to go out and play and to have fun. And a lot of times we're working so much and we're just putting everybody's needs above our own that we don't really get to tap into like that little Black girl anymore. I just wanted to create something for Black women. I don't think we have enough spaces, safe spaces for Black women to have. And I'm really big on community. Like I'm really big on like having other Black women do things together, because I really believe that we don't ever have to do anything by ourselves. I remember going into it very anxious, and I'm not an anxious person. But before the ride, I had got like a lot of press about it. I was like, okay, I got all of this press. Are people going to like come out? It's that thing like, oh, people will come out. And so I was like anxious. I was hoping sure Indigo was going to have the bikes there. It was just like whenever you put on a new thing that you never done before, you kind of get like really like anxious and excited about it. I remember like just going into it. But when we showed out, I think the first ride we had like 14 women come. And, it was just so pleasant. Like everything, you ever put on something and everything just works out so smoothly. The women came on time. The ride was safe. It was the day was beautiful. Like it was great weather. And I remember like when it was over, just feeling like so proud. Like I had done this thing for Black women, and just to see the smiles and the connection that was made. It just felt great walking away from it from that first ride. I always say the bike is the tool, right? It's the tool to bring us together, but it's able to address all these things. I just think like addressing the emotional well-being, like this is just a great space that you can just connect, with other people. Like you have a community. You're not by yourself. You don't have to do this by yourself. So many people have been wanting to bike for a while, but it's like, oh, I've been kind of, scared to go out there by myself or do it by myself. Or like, I just needed a little push to get there. And like, Black Girl Joy Bike Ride is very rooted in community care. So I think on one hand, it addresses that issue, but also like the physical aspect. Like Black women, we have the highest, like we die of the highest rate of preventable diseases, you know, like diabetes and high blood pressure. And a lot of that is because we're not that mobile. And so I think on one hand, like, yes, we're having fun, we're playing, we're riding bikes, but we also are getting like some fitness in. And I think that's really important. And I just think like overall, the whole mental aspect is that, you know, just putting yourself first. I think every time like the Black women, you know, show up on that Sunday, just that 1 hour, you know, it's kind of like you're saying, I've been claiming my time. I'm being intentional about showing up for myself. So, you know, the bike is the tool, you know, but the bike is like addressing all these things that are so important. Like so many ways. I think one, like I said before, I think Black women were so good at doing things for other people, and it's usually at the expense of our own joy. And so I think for me being able to do this thing for other Black women, but like it doesn't exhaust me, it doesn't drain me, right? It's like I'm doing something for my community, I'm doing something for other Black women, but I'm also doing this for me. And I think it was like Black Girl Joy Bike Ride has just been this like really good reminder that like I could show up and give parts of myself to my people, but I could still have me wholly intact by doing it. I think that has been like a really big lesson. Like whatever I do, I need to make sure that I'm also pouring into myself. I'm also like really happy, and this might sound strange, that I can create a space where Black women can show up and be mediocre, right? We have so much pressure to be excellent at all times. And even in the cycling community, because I started doing more endurance cycling, and it's like all this pressure that you have to like go fast, you know, or be able to bike like these really long, you know, bike rides. But like Black Girl Joe Bike Ride is saying, you can just show up as is, and the most basic thing like you need for this bike ride is just knowing how to ride a bike. And if you don't know how to ride a bike, I also can teach you how to ride a bike. So it's just like we have all these other spaces where, you know, we just have to be so excellent, you know, and so like high performance. But like I have created a space where you can just show up and be mediocre and be yourself. And I think that even taught me a valuable lesson to myself, that I can just show up and just be me in whatever that I do.